I'm within 1 year of retirement, and you already know I'm a bit anxious about it. I'm not anxious about the career separation. I'm anxious about making sure that my benefits will last me month after month, year after year. Today, we'll be talking about the top steps to take if you are within 1 year of retirement. If you're new to the channel, I'm Dr. Mel, your super grown sister, and this channel is for single Black women who are 60 or approaching 60, ready to retire, but need a little help with some steps to take before that transition occurs. If this is a topic that's interesting to you, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. So today's research shout out goes to Amy Fontinelle on her piece titled The Most Important Money Steps to Take the Year Before Retirement, and this was published by Investopia.com. And also, what I'm going to do is share with you my engagement, my steps, how I am moving and applying these tips. So let's get into it. The first thing she suggests is to build your retirement budget. Now, we probably all do a monthly budget, but what I did was I reviewed my expenses for a couple of years. And what I noticed is that I was doing pretty good up until last year. Last year, I really had been blowing my budget on entertainment. Things such as travel, unplanned meals out with friends, and shopping. So since I know this to be the case, what I'm going to have to do is build in some kind of contingency. The next thing that she suggests is adjust your portfolio for income. Now, I find this one to be tricky because it calls on you to identify your life expectancy. You've got to choose an age that you think you will live by, and then that will be it. So since I plan on being a healthy centenarian, I have chosen 100 plus 1. In addition to the age, this calls on you to identify the percentage of drawdown that you'll need to make on your retirement benefits, 3% or 4%. So since I've chosen the age of 101, I'm going to use 3%. Her next tip, if you're within a year of retirement, is to learn how Medicare works. Now, this is important for me because I really have no idea. Based on my recent reading, what I know is that Medicare does not kick in until age 65. So what this means for me is that I'm going to have to bridge the gap. If I'm retiring at age 60, that's 5 years in which I'm going to have to shoulder my medical benefits. And I'll have to do more research, but what I am hoping is that there will be some kind of reduced rate for me so that I can continue to have the kind of quality health care that I get now. I hope that's not naive of me, but we shall see. The next tip, she suggests to refinance your mortgage. This is a step that I probably will not take. I refinanced my mortgage a few years ago for not only a lower rate, but a sooner payoff time. I could sure use the space, but I think I'm going to stick with what I have, and I will have my mortgage paid off in about 5 to 6 years. The next thing she suggests is to time your Social Security benefits. Now, a few years back, when I thought I might be working longer, when I wasn't so anxious and so ready to retire, I thought it might be closer to 65. As time has moved on, maybe the pandemic has exacerbated my desire to retire, but I know that it's going to be a lot sooner than 65. So, with that said, at first I thought, oh, I'll be able to wait until 70 to collect Social Security. No, I'm going to do 67. Also, what has made me pretty much settle on collecting Social Security at 67 is that a few months ago, I received a letter from the Social Security Administration telling me that by age 74, I will only receive 80% of my benefits. Did you receive the same kind of letter? So, along with being very agitated by that news, that strengthened my conviction that there's no need in me waiting until age 70. 67 is long enough, but I won't do 62. The next tip is decide what you will do. A few weeks ago, I had an exercise in which I laid out what a week of retirement might look like. Who really knows? But it was a great exercise that got me thinking about what my routines might be, what kind of exercise I will do, what kinds of social engagements I would have. Right now, what I know is all I really want to do is rest, read, run, eat delicious food with outstanding people, and travel. Those may not be things that I'll do every day outside of resting, reading, and running. But again, I will continue to work on what a typical week might look like. So those are the Investipia.com tips. And I'm going to add one to this. I'm going to take all of these things to see a financial advisor. This too has been an issue that was a bit leery for me. There was a time in which I just felt bombarded with information about financial advisors, how to choose a financial advisor, things to look for. And so I have been using the financial advisor afforded me by my employer annually. Doesn't cost me anything. I can ask my questions. And so this week, when I see my financial advisor, I'm hoping that it will assuage some of my fears, some of my concerns as I move through this. So, there you have it. What did I miss? What would you add to these steps? If you have anything, feel free to tell me in the comments. Now I'll move on to my Did You Know segment. Did you know that Black women only earn 63 cents on the dollar compared to white males? Of course you did. Maybe you didn't know the exact number, but you knew that it was considerably less. So when we earn less, by extension, our savings are less, our Social Security benefits are less, our 401ks and our pensions are less. And with this disturbing news that we've lived with all of our lives, the bright spot in this, if you can call it a bright spot, is for positions, jobs, careers that offer pension plans as opposed to 401ks. If you're a super grown sister, of course, we understand that the die has been cast already and especially if you are like me and preparing for retirement. But what we can do with this information is share it with our daughters, our sons, granddaughters, grandsons, that if they are choosing careers that are less entrepreneurial, to try to seek out those positions that will afford them pension plans. Around the 1980s, pension plans started to be abolished. They were a good system, but unfortunately, it was another strategy to disenfranchise underrepresented people, in my opinion. That's what they were meant to do. So, anyhow, again, I'll end this on an upswing. Pension plans, which is something that I do have, thank God. That will be my primary source. I do also have a 401k, not as much in there, of course, but the pension coupled with a bit from the 401k, that will see me through. And of course, I'm going to bridge that with other things that we've talked about, home-based businesses, getting my side hustles developed even further. So that's it for today. I hope this has been helpful, useful to you in some way, and you take care. You're super grown, sister. Bye-bye.